everyone, Coach Heather here, and I wanted to share with you a special tool from my leadership training program, my year-long program. I discovered, sort of rediscovered for myself, an older teaching of mine, and I was like, this is perfect for the start of a new year. Because this is a time where everyone is thinking about their New Year's resolutions and the habits they want to put in place. And so today I want to talk to you about something I created a few years ago for leaders in my year-long leadership training program. And it's called the Self-Care Action Plan. And the reason I created it was because what I have seen over the past decade working with entrepreneurial leaders and their teams is that entrepreneurial businesses are always doing as much as they can with very limited resources. And one of the most limited resources is the human element. We as human beings are, by our very nature, a super valuable resource and a limited resource. You may be amazing at what you do, but you cannot run on empty, right? And because of that, I crafted a teaching and sort of a support self-care action plan because I was running into a lot of leaders and team members on the edge of burnout that were the literal heartbeat and engine of the businesses I was working with. And what I saw was, we need to make a plan before you burn out. We need to make a plan before the busiest time, before the launches, before everything, so that when you are in your busiest moment, you can pivot and do something to take care of yourself in the moment, right? Because when we're running on empty, we don't do our best thinking for how to put our own oxygen mask on, as the saying goes, and take care of ourselves. In fact, we'll just keep going for what's next and what's next and what's next on the to-do list. And that mile marker for where we're going to take a break and take care of ourselves keeps moving further away. Can you see? So that's why if you have what I'm going to show you right now, you might be able to take a quick peek at it when you're feeling that exhaustion coming on and take better care of yourself in the moment. All right. Drum roll, please. This is your self-care action plan, your self-care emergency action plan. And you're going to think of it in advance. So before you're busy, before you're burning out, I want you to think about things that replenish you, specific to you. Now, if you talk about this with your team, this could be a fun team meeting exercise, because if someone on your team has a good self-care one and you like it, you could put it on your list too. You can steal from one another. You could have some similar ones, but there might be something specific to you, something that really recharges your battery when you're feeling run down, especially, that you want to take note on. So I have some 4 different categories here that we want to think of. What kind of things very quickly recharge your battery? What kind of things when you're running a little low and it might take a little more time? Like for me, something like that would be maybe a walk around the neighborhood, a shorter walk with my dog Chadwick, who sort of prances when he walks. And if we go on a 10-minute walk and I watch him prance and I look around at the sky, it'll make me feel better pretty quickly. I might put that in the running low list. Now, what if I'm in the danger zone category? What if it's been a super busy work week? I'm not sleeping so well. I've got some high important tasks on the list weighing me down and I really need to recharge myself, what kinds of things do I need to, be making sure I'm doing in the course of my day to recharge myself? That's going to go in the danger zone. And then what's going to be on my self-care emergency action plan for those times when it's like, oh no, this battery is getting super low, right? And these are things that I might want to be doing in the morning before work, on my lunch break, after work, and in the little crevices in between. And the thing about the self-care action plan too, that I hope you're picking up from the variety I'm trying to mention, is we want to have that. We want to have a variety of things that take also different intervals of time. Because in reality, sometimes you're going to have 5 minutes and sometimes you can grab 30 minutes. And sometimes you're going to have to turn off all technology and let your team know I'm signing off, shutting down the computer for today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And then you're going to go to the emergency zone, danger zone on your action plan and do all those things for the evening to super recharge yourself. I hope you can pick up the vibe I'm putting down here in good, positive ways. And the reason why, as a coach who has worked in this environment for over a decade, I really want you to think of these things in advance, is because when you are exhausted, your brain is not going to think of them as well. I will tell you a quick story. And again, I just want to show you this document is going to be available for you alongside this video. So please grab it, fill it out. And if you need any additional support, there'll also be a link where you can reach out to me, Coach Heather, for any additional support, any questions. I'm happy to walk you through it or give you any support around this. So this walks you through, asks you some further questions to support you in building your plan. All right. So the one other thing I wanted to say, right, about how I wanted to give you an example. I wanted to stop my share, focus on you, and just give you an example from coaching to just let you know why I developed this plan. So years ago, I had a client that I absolutely adore, and she was very great at using our coaching support. She worked in a company in the wellness space. She was surrounded with tools like yoga and meditation and all these things that she knew to use and she had the habits to use. And when things were easy, right, she was plugging those into her life and she was doing great. And so there was this very clear sequence of events where 1 month we met for coaching and her report was, I am doing amazing. I started my morning on the deck, sitting in the sunshine, doing some yoga poses. Then I started work. And then on my break, I did this other thing and I'm recharging my battery. That was fantastic. And I had so much, positive feedback for her as a coach for doing her self-care so well, right? So fast forward 3 months and she comes to the coaching call and it's like I meet a different person. She was just completely frazzled, exhausted. Her skin looked a different color. She was tired. She looked thinner. She was giving me the rundown, a very stressful update about what was happening in her role, in her area of the business. Now, because we had just previously talked about all of these great self-care things she had built into her work week and her work day, I asked about them. How is this going? Are you getting to do this? And it was like a record scratch moment. It was kind of jarring for her because she forgot in just a matter of months, she forgot that she had those habits. Because that's what happens. When we're just building a new habit, if all of a sudden the busyness comes in, those habits can go away. Right? If we've had a habit for a really long time, it'll stick and it'll be there. But if we're just building a new habit and then the busyness comes in, it's very easy for it to disappear again. And that's what happened to my very accomplished, remarkable business leader and coaching client. And it was like I was talking about a different person to her. She was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I even did that. I forgot how that was working for me. And so we did a reset. Do we think we could put that back in place? Let's pull out the self-care action plan. Let's talk about those things. Let's put that back in place. And she did. And so that's why I wanted to share this tool with you, especially at this time of year, January, the mid-January 2026, at a time of year when people are mindful of putting habits in place, in a time where maybe I'm meeting you and you're just coming off of the holiday vibe. I hope you have had some time to rest, reset, and recharge. Maybe you are thinking about healthy habits. I want to invite you to think about your own self-care and how you're going to pace that inside of the true reality of your work week. No one else is coming to save you. It is you that has to learn to face the real reality of what it's like in your role and advocate for yourself and what you and your own system needs. And make sure you have plenty of variety of things on that quick refresh column, because that's the one you probably need every single day. My business partner, Barbara, has a favorite one in the quick refresh I'll share with you just to share how simple it can be. And hers is to make a chai tea latte. There's a few steps to making the chai tea latte: steaming the milk, getting the tea out, getting her favorite mug, and all of these steps allow her to shift away from her computer, shift out of her desk, change her state, and get a break from her work. So what's your warm beverage of choice, and what's going to be your quick refresh? I'd love to know. Share with me in the comments and let me know if you need any support. Until then, I'm cheering you on. Thanks so much.